Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are keeping well. Till yesterday we have discussed that because of changes in the income of the consumer, how the demand of the normal good gets affected, and it has been explained to you with the help of a diagrammatic presentation, that is a graphical presentation, that when the demand curve for the normal good will shift towards the right hand side and when it will shift towards the left hand side. When the income of the consumer rises, the demand of normal good will also rise, and when the income of the consumer decreases, the demand of normal good will also decrease. So hence proved that the demand of income of the consumer and the demand of the normal good, they establish a positive relationship with each other. But income of the consumer and demand of inferior good will have an inverse relationship. It will not have a direct relationship, rather it will have an inverse relationship. How so? As the income of the consumer rises, so the demand of inferior good falls. And as the income of the consumer falls, the demand of inferior good rises. So, ho gaya na? Inverse relationship. So, that means whenever you are going to present, I'm not talking minded students, I am not talking about the demand curve. I am talking here about the relationship between the income of the consumer and the demand of inferior good. They will have an inverse relationship, and that is the reason the demand curve for inferior good will be a downward sloping curve. But in case of normal good, it will be an upward sloping curve. So let's understand the effect on demand curve due to changes in income on inferior good. So have a view on these two diagrammatic presentation. It has been mentioned effect on demand curve in case of inferior good. So what do we see? That the effect on demand curve of inferior good due to increase in income. When the income of the consumer increases, what happens to the demand curve of inferior good? First of all, in order to understand this, let us take an example of inferior good. As we have taken color television as an example of normal good, so we are taking black and white television as an example of inferior good. So now, coming to the point, we have taken demand of black and white television on x-axis, and we have taken the price of black and white television on the y-axis. Now DD is your original demand curve, OP is your the original price, and OQ is your original quantity at this price. Now because of increase in the income of the consumer, the demand of inferior good will decrease, which is represented by a leftward shift in demand curve from DD to D1. That means what? Whenever there is increase in income, so people resort buying inferior goods. On the other hand, we look at figure 3.21, and it is showing the effect on demand curve due to decrease in income of the consumer. Again, taking the demand of black and white television on the x-axis and the price of black and white television on the y-axis. DD is your demand curve at OP price and at OQ quantity. Now, when the income of the consumer decreases, so people start demanding more of inferior good, that is the demand curve shifts from DD to D1. That is rightward shift in the demand curve. So more of quantity demanded, like presently earlier the demand was OQ, but now the demand has increases from OQ to OQ1. Similarly, students, one more thing I would like to throw light here upon is that this concept inferior good, no good itself is an inferior good or a normal good. How does a good become a normal good or inferior good? It all depends upon the use. Now students, if a low income class person is consuming a good which is low priced, then it is an inferior good. But if similarly, like let us take an example, toned milk and full cream milk. I'm taking this example. Now toned milk, the person whose income decreases, they demand more of toned milk. right? And they demand less of full cream milk. Similarly, the person who is, there is increase in income, so he will be demanding more of full cream milk and less of toad milk. But what if a person who is very rich, he belongs to a rich class family, but still, what is he doing? He is demanding toned milk rather than full cream milk, because full cream milk is full of fats. So he wants to avoid that. So in this case, with the person who belongs to a rich class, he is consuming toned milk. So in this case, this toned milk is not an inferior good, rather it becomes a normal good. So you have to understand this, that this concept that no good in itself is an inferior good, right? It is a situation which makes it. Now, the last topic which I'm going to explain here is effect on demand curve due to changes in taste and preferences. If the taste and preferences of the consumer changes, so how the demand curve gets affected? We take price on the y-axis and we are taking the quantity demanded of any good x on the x-axis. Now, the original demand curve is represented as dd in the given diagram, and we see a leftward shift, that is D1, D1, and a rightward shift, that is D2, D2. Now, why does it happen? You can see product discarded in terms of tasteism and preference and fashion, and product preferred in terms of taste, preferences of fashion. That means what, students? That when the good is not of your taste, not of your preference, so you will demand that good less. So the demand curve will shift towards the left hand side. And when the good is of your taste, of your preference, fashion related good, so the demand curve will shift towards the right hand side. So that's all for this chapter. Once again, a quick points I'm going to revise whatever we have done in this chapter, that is demand, the meaning of demand, the law of demand, the factors affecting individual demand and market demand, the differences between normal good and inferior good, the differences between substitute good and complementary good, the differences between changes in demand and changes in quantity demanded, then the demand curve, then the effect of changes in the other factors on the demand curve, which I have taken few examples like substitute good, complementary good, normal good, inferior good, taste and preferences. So these all has been explained to you. Now I'm going to upload a worksheet very soon, probably tomorrow. So you need to do it and submit it. The submission part is lacking on your part, students. I am not getting the desired number of worksheets for correction purpose. Better you submit it, and you always get a 3 days time to submit the worksheet. Beyond that, if you are submitting the worksheet, so I am not responsible to check your worksheet. So suppose I'm uploading the worksheet tomorrow, and tomorrow it's Thursday. So that means Saturday will be the last day for the submission of, 3 days we calculate. So Thursday if I'm uploading, so Friday, Saturday, and then Monday. So Monday will be the last date for the submission of that worksheet. So you calculate 3 days in this way. We exclude Sunday because it is not a working day. Thank you so much.